Celebration for our bustling airport. Today, city leaders were at Austin-Bergstrom International Airport celebrating its 25th anniversary. And although Austin's airport is just a quarter of a century old, its history goes back much further, as we learn in tonight's Backstory with Bob Buckaloo.
Okay, it hardly seemed like an important moment in the history of Austin as a tractor pulled down an airplane control tower, but it was symbolic of the end of a remarkable era, when Air Force jets once owned the skies over the city. The old tower had been part of Bergstrom Air Force Base, home of the U.S. Air Force's aircraft reconnaissance fighter fleet. Bergstrom had officially opened in 1942 as Del Valley Airfield. But a year later, the name was changed to Bergstrom Airfield to honor the first Austin resident to die in World War II. In 1990, Congress ordered the closing of Bergstrom Air Force Base, and the timing could not have been better. That's because just a few miles north of the base, the city's public airport, named for former councilman Robert Miller, was facing growing pains. It was hemmed in by neighborhoods. Jetliners would approach the main runway at Miller at what seemed like just a few feet above vehicle traffic on I-35. With no way to expand, City Hall began looking toward building a new airport, and the availability of the former Air Force Base opened that possibility. A few years of intense construction activity, and the airport we now know as Austin-Bergstrom International was born, May 23, 1999. KVUE reporter Aaron Fletcher was there the morning the new airport opened.
The first passengers out get the red carpet treatment. American Airlines Flight 1604 is in the sky just after 6 a.m., and Austin-Bergstrom International is open for its first day of business. At 7:44, American 1911 taxis in under a ceremonial arc of water.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to the first arriving flight.
And from there, passengers set about the business of initiating their new terminal.
Well, that was all 25 years ago this week, and now tens of thousands of flights and millions of passengers later, Austin's Bergstrom has become the third busiest airport in Texas. A long journey from that dirt airfield that helped America win World War II. Bob Buckaloo, KVUE News.